Buying a new electric vehicle this year could prove to be one of the worst financial decisions that you could make. Most people buy an electric vehicle for one of three reasons: ease of use, saving the planet, or saving money. Now, we really can't argue with ease of use. It's probably awesome to never have to go to a gas station again or change your oil. But there are some major arguments against how good electric vehicles actually are for the planet, with some reports saying they're actually much worse than internal combustion engine vehicles. But I have a degree in finance, not environmental science, so I'm going to focus on electric vehicles as a financial decision, as in saving you money. And a new report just put a massive hole in the argument that electric vehicles can actually save you money. New research from AutoTrader says that there's currently an unsustainable level of depreciation in the electric vehicle market, with prices of used electric vehicles falling over 23% this year alone. And over a period of 3 years, the average electric vehicle loses close to 50% of its value to depreciation. When you compare that to the average internal combustion engine vehicle, that only loses 38 to 39%, but over 5 years, not 3 years. Now, depreciation is a very important piece to the puzzle when making a financial decision like purchasing a new vehicle. And when comparing vehicles, a vehicle that depreciates less means that you will have less of one of those non-cash costs. So if we look at electric vehicles purely from the lens of holding value, currently they are not doing as good as their internal combustion engine counterparts. But when making a decision between ICE and EV, another thing that we have to understand is what will happen in the coming months to years. And in order to do that, we also need to look at supply and demand specifically for electric vehicles. So let's do just that. This same report from AutoTrader says that since 2020, around 800,000 new electric vehicles have been registered. That's a lot of supply. And some reports put it even higher, at up to 1 million electric vehicles this last year alone. Again, lots of supply, but supply only affects price when we look at demand as well. So we know that there's a lot of supply, but let's look at the demand side of things also. And we can do that by looking at days supply. Basically, how many days of supply there is for the given demand. And when we look at day supply, internal combustion engine vehicles have been hovering anywhere from 52 to 58 days on average over the last year. Basically, if they stopped making cars tomorrow, they would run out of supply in about 2 months. But when you look at days supply for electric vehicles, that has skyrocketed lately, and it is currently sitting at 97 days, almost double the days supply of ICE vehicles. Now, we do have to understand that this can mean less demand, but it can also mean that manufacturers made too much supply in anticipation of high demand, which doesn't seem to be coming. In either case, what this means is that if you buy a new electric vehicle at full price from a dealership, you're probably going to get fucked over the next coming months and years, especially this year. It's pretty common knowledge that right now the car market is falling, but in my opinion, the EV market in particular is going to be hit the hardest. But this is where we pivot. So far, I've been talking about how bad of a financial decision purchasing a new electric vehicle could prove. But what about a used one? Or, if you can wait, even a new one, just closer to the end of the year? Well, either of those, my friends, might actually turn out to be the best automotive financial decision that you can make. Even right now, you can find used electric vehicles that are just a couple of years old for significantly less than their brand new counterparts. And of course, this is true for all vehicles, obviously. But when the average internal combustion engine vehicle only loses around 40% of its value in 5 years, and the average electric vehicle loses close to 50% in 3 years, the cards are definitely stacked in the favor of any buyer that's looking to purchase a used electric vehicle currently. Okay, but what if you want one, but you want one brand new? Then wait, just hold out just a little bit longer. There is too much electric vehicle supply right now and not enough demand, and that should only get worse as the year progresses, especially if we enter a recession. Now, I am never one to champion for a recession or want a recession. Yes, things get cheaper, but there are a lot of bad things that happen during a recession. And in fact, there is some research that shows that recession actually increases mortality inequalities between groups of people. With that said, I do believe myself to be a realist that leans in the side of optimism. So I'm always trying to look for the silver lining in things. And if we enter a recession, or even if we just enter slower economic times, which we most likely will due to a variety of reasons, I actually have a video on why if you want to watch that. Anyways, regardless, during economic slowdowns, the demand for new vehicles will decrease, which means that the demand for all vehicles, especially electric vehicles, will most likely decrease this year. So if you are dead set on buying an electric vehicle right now, do not buy new and do not buy at MSRP. Instead, buy slightly used and negotiate a price that you are comfortable with based on the available data. And right now, the data is in your favor if you are a buyer. And if you're dead set on buying a new electric vehicle, then you should probably wait as long as you can, because as the year progresses, dealerships are going to become increasingly more willing to negotiate with you as more and more of their vehicles sit on their lots. Now look, the depreciation data is out there and it's available for you to look into. But my prediction on electric vehicle prices continuing to fall throughout the year is just that, a prediction. Based on data, yes, but it's still just a prediction. And I don't think I'm God. I don't think I'm the smartest person in the room. So if you have a differing opinion, please feel free to let me know. And even if you agree with me, make sure it's because you also have looked into the data yourself. And really, this channel is meant to be a discussion, and I never want to breed an environment where my ideas are never questioned. Do your own due diligence and come to your own conclusion. And if that conclusion is different than mine, good. Prove me wrong. I respect it and I appreciate it, because without discussion and without differing opinions, none of us can ever grow. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you found it enlightening and informative. If you did, it would mean the world to me if you subscribed. It helps the channel a ton. And other than that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video.